What is going on, everybody? My name is Sam Gustin. I am the co-owner of Troops Mowing. We are a residential lawn care company here in Hutto, Texas, and we are approaching that $1 million sales checkpoint, that milestone in this 2024 season. And in this video, I'm going to share with you how to be an effective leader for your organization. Ultimately, how to manage your employees, how to manage your mid-level managers. And it ultimately comes down to one variable, and it's you. Are you doing the right things to ensure that you are getting the most out of your employees and out of your mid-level managers? I got this information from a YouTube video from Alex Hormozi, and I'm ultimately going to overview what he covered in his video, but I'm gonna add a little bit of Sam Gustin flair to the end of this as well. So ultimately, if you have an employee that you believe is not exceeding or not even coming close to matching your expectations, it comes down to these three things, and these three things are from the Alex Hormozi video. One comes down to communication. Did you effectively communicate your expectations to your employee? In other words, does your employee even know that they have this expectation of them? The second thing comes down to training. Does this employee or does this mid-level manager have the resources or even know how to do the thing that you are asking them to do? And then it comes down to the third thing, it comes down to motivation. Is that employee or that mid-level manager even motivated to do the thing that you are asking them to do? And in relation to the third topic of motivation, this is where I will rely on my experience to hopefully add some value to this topic. So typically in the professional sector, in the career-minded side of things, people are motivated through three different means. And the first mean is time, the second is money, and the third is purpose. And so for us, we are in the lawn mowing, lawn care industry. We have a lot of people that are going to be, direct labor. And so from a direct labor mindset, if somebody is motivated by time, that means that they value their time more than money, and they would prefer to just get done with their work and go home so that they can have more time to themselves. With money, people are motivated to make more money per hour. And so what that looks like for us is we have developed and utilized a pay-for-performance system created by Mike Andes. And ultimately what it does is it compensates people on the amount of revenue that they bring the company. And so if they are motivated by time, they can make the same amount of money and go home if they get their work done. But if they're motivated by money, then it ultimately allows them to get their work done as fast as possible so that more work can be added to their schedule within their set clocked time. And when it comes to purpose is the third way that people are motivated. You ultimately need to create a company that has a lot of upward mobility, because if you have a rock star employee and they are motivated by purpose, they want to make something special of themselves, you want your dream to be big enough to where everybody else's dream can fit inside of it. And so for us, our ambitions, and God willing, we want to open up 12 locations over the next 10 years. We currently have our second location. And so if we have rock star employees, and if they want to make a career out of this, I want to create and develop something to make that a possibility for them. And so with people being driven by time, money, and purpose, it ultimately comes down to you understanding who your employees truly are, what makes them tick. And that way, if you have communicated your expectations to them, if you've trained them, and it ultimately comes down to motivation, you need to know what motivates your employees so that you can get the most out of them. Now let's use this in a real world example. So for us, we have found that 75% labor efficiency is what really drives our business forward. And so I'm going to use that expectation of our employees in relation to everything I just covered in this video. And so I have to ask myself, let's say I have an employee who is only doing 60% labor efficiency. I have to ask myself, one, did I communicate to that employee that 75% labor efficiency is the standard and that is the goal? And if I did not communicate that, that's my step one. I must communicate that. And to take it one step further, you need to communicate how it ultimately benefits the employee for them to have a 75% labor efficiency, and the importance of why the company is asking for the 75% labor efficiency. It's not enough, in my opinion, to just outline your expectations. You need to make it relevant. Like, why is this even an expectation? And you have to communicate that with your employees. And let's say that you did communicate to your employees that, hey, 75% is the expectation. Now it comes down to training. Did you provide them enough resources, enough tips, enough tricks, enough standard operating procedures so that they know exactly what to do on a property to make sure that they're not like twiddling their thumbs and being like, what do I do next? Did you train them properly to ensure that 75% efficiency is even possible for them? If not, that's your step 2. Before you even go down and dig into what motivates your employee, did you train them? Do they have the right resources? Do they have the right equipment? Are they set up for success? And so that kind of covers the training aspect. Now, third, it comes down to motivation. So yes, you've communicated your expectations. Yes, you've trained them and provided enough resources for them to accomplish your expectation. It then must come down to motivation. Is this employee even motivated to accomplish this task? For us, do they value their time? Sweet. Get all your work done as fast as possible so you can go home. Do they value money? Sweet. Get all your work done as fast as possible so we can add more work to your schedule before you have to clock out. And do they value purpose? Hey, 75% labor efficiency is the standard. You are currently a technician. In order to become a crew leader, you need to prove that you can consistently hit 75% efficiency. And then this next step after crew leader is general manager, and then the next step after general manager is regional manager. And it all starts with that baseline expectation. And so I truly hope that this video helps you be a better leader for your company, and it ultimately allows you to take ownership and put some of the blame and some of the attention back on yourself. Are you doing the right things to ensure that your employees are meeting and exceeding your expectations?